Welcome back students in the civics class. In the previous videos we have learned about the branches of the government and their functions. That is, 1. Legislature. What is the duty of legislature? To make laws. 2. Executive. To implement laws. And 3. Judiciary. To provide justice. Next, we have learned the types of government system, that is parliamentary system and presidential system. So, parliamentary system of government we have learned in the previous video, and today we are going to learn characteristics of the parliamentary system in India. So, what are the characteristics of Indian parliament? This point today we are going to learn. So, the parliamentary system is a system of governance. With the help of this system, our leaders, they are trying to govern, they are trying to rule our country. The legislature of the central government is known as the parliament. Legislature, what is legislature? It is a body of person having the power to make law. So, with the help of this legislature of the central government is known as the parliament. Parliament is the supreme legislative body of the Republic of India. The Indian Parliament is composed of President, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. It means Indian Parliament include these three parts or organs. One is President, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Second, members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people. The number of members in the house is fixed. It means member, we are calling them as a MP, member of parliament. So, these members are directly elected by the people, and the number of members in the house is fixed. At present, or according to the constitutional provision, the number of Lok Sabha is 552. Out of that, 530 members to represent the states, 20 members from union territories and 2 members to be nominated by the president from the Anglo-Indian community. So, in this way, these all MPs, these all members of parliament are directly elected by the people. Election to the Lok Sabha are held at regular intervals. It means after every 5 years, election commission is going to contest or arrange this all election process. All political parties contest these elections. The party which gets more than half of the seats is considered as the majority party. The majority party forms the government. It means which political party will get the majority in the election, that political party will get chance or opportunity to run the government. Sometimes when no party gets a clear majority, some parties come together to form a majority and they can establish the government. We can take the example of our Maharashtra government. So, in the last election of 2020, so in this election, not a single party got the majority. So, some parties they came together and form a majority and they can establish or they establish the government. That is Shiv Sena, Congress and NCP. So, with this coalition, they got the opportunity to run the government of our Maharashtra. So, with the help of this system, they are trying to run the government. This kind of government is known as a coalition government, combined government. We can call it as a combined government. In this way, candidates directly elected by people become member of the legislature and the party in majority gets a chance to form the government. So, with the help of this majority, any political party or coalition party, they can get the chance to form the government. The leader of the majority party becomes the Prime Minister, and which political party will get the majority, the leader of that majority party becomes the Prime Minister, and he or she selects candidates for ministerial position from among his or her colleagues. It means from his own party, he is going to appoint some person, some MPs as a ministers, position of ministers or cabinet ministers. So with the help of this with the help of this Prime Minister and Council of Ministers, this unit, they are trying to run the government. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers chosen by the Prime Minister together forms the executive. So what is executive? The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers chosen by the Prime Minister together forms the executive in the parliamentary system of the government. And what is the duty of this executive? To implement laws. So in parliamentary system of executive has a dual responsibility. So this executive, they have dual responsibility. Dual responsibility means double responsibility. They are more responsible for this government. One, as an executive, they have to implement laws. So this is their basic duty or responsibility. And second, as they are the member of the legislature, they also have to fulfill responsibilities of the legislature. So what are the responsibilities of the legislature? That is to make laws. So it is the duty of this all MP, all the member of parliament, that they also have to fulfill the responsibility of the legislature. So these all are the characteristics of the parliamentary system. Okay students, we are going to stop here only. Remaining point, we are going to learn it in the next video. Goodbye everyone.